Today on 5x5 Outdoors, we're going to go over hunting elk with kids. Stay tuned and hopefully you guys learn something. If nothing else, like the video and subscribe. Thank you. Good morning. It's 5-ish in the morning. Figured I'd throw this little video together for all of you new to hunting elk with kids. You will see me from time to time sipping coffee because it is early. If you're having any thoughts, hesitations about taking your kids out elk hunting with you, let it go. It will be one of the most funnest experiences you ever have. We'll start out with camp. As you can see up here, our elk camp is very simple. We have some chairs, we have a tent, we have a little barbecue. Nothing extravagant. No big trailers, nothing fancy. Just go out, have fun with them. And if you're worried about going out through the woods with a bunch of noisy kids, that's actually perfect. When you're hunting elk, it's not like hunting deer. You don't have to be super quiet and super stealthy. You just want to have your kids to try to talk as minimum as possible. But as you're walking through the woods and you're looking for these elk, let them break branches. Just get on your call and give out some elk calls every once in a while. Cow calls, I should say. I took my kids out last year and we had a very successful hunt. And we were not being quiet, which is perfect. We weren't trying to be. Every couple 100 yards, I give out some cow calls, and give out a bugle. And we had a bull start to respond to us that was way up on top of the ridge. And a lot of people will tell you need to try to bring the bulls to you, but if you sound like a herd of elk, especially cows, you can get pretty close to them. As you can see in this photo, we weren't even really wearing camouflage. The kids were just wearing regular clothes. I was wearing a dark green shirt. I had some actual desert camo pants on. That was just for the pockets. You don't need to get all fancied up, spend a ton of money on camo clothes for your kids when they're just going to outgrow them. Once we got up on top of this ridge, it was pretty opened forest with batches of sagebrush. The bull was about 100 yards out in the brush, and we were able to bugle at him and bring him into about 40 yards. We were taking some cover behind the trees, but the biggest thing was we weren't really moving. I don't have a whole lot of good footage of this hunt. It was before I started filming and trying to do this YouTube channel, but I decided to piece together what I could for you new hunters with kids. Well, new to hunting with kids. This bull finally broke through the brush 40 yards, and we've ended up flinging an arrow at it and hit it actually really good. At first it was hard to tell. I kind of lost the arrow after I released it, but I heard the thump. So we let it kind of wander off and went and started to track it, and we found its blood trail right here. So I told the kids we're just going to sit down and eat a snack and wait a little bit. And after a while we started up and we found the elk bedded down, but it hadn't passed yet, so we pulled back some more. In total, we gave it about 45 minutes. And we went back in and found the bull where it was bedded down. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, are my kids ready to see this? Most kids probably will be. Depends on how sheltered you've kept them. My kids have been around me hunting, fishing. We do our own chickens. We raise and butcher our own turkeys. So it wasn't really anything new for them, as in seeing something die and turned into food. As you can tell here, they're not being affected by boning it out in the woods whatsoever. The one biggest mistake I did make I did not buy my kids hiking backpacks. So, that elk got to come out on my back. I got some help carrying the antlers out, but all the meat ended up in my pack. Lesson learned. My kids now have hiking backpacks so they can help pull out the meat. I'm starting to get a little older. As you can tell, I'm a little out of shape. I do need to get into better shape for elk hunting, and so do a lot of you, especially if you're going to be backpacking into anywhere and trying to get this elk out alone. The biggest part of this whole video I would like everybody to take away is get your kids out there, take them with you. You'll be surprised how much fun you will have, how much fun they will have, and it will be memories that last forever. You don't need to buy a whole bunch of expensive gear. You don't have to buy your kids a bunch of camouflage they're going to grow out of in one season. Just put them in some decent clothes and go out and have fun. Share that experience with your kids. It will be a memory that will last for the rest of their lives.